And so people understand, I think you're right now, you would consider yourself a Glock guy.
Yeah.
When
Yeah,
I
that's all.
met
That's all I've been
you,
shooting the last 2 years,
when
two,
I
three
met
years.
you, I think more than 10 years ago, you were a CZ guy,
Yeah, yeah,
right? And then,
yeah. Because I originally like the SPO1 Shadow. That's what I made. That's what I was shooting at the time, and that's what like after you like unfucked my shooting, I eventually
yeah,
made GM with that thing.
okay. And then now then you went and you started teaching as kind of a fun thing. Yeah, it's not a money thing for you. It's like a fun, it's,
It's mostly a
you know,
fun thing. It's like self-funding hobby for shooting.
yeah. And then I think you went through this phase where you're like, wow, the Glock is just this workhorse of a gun, and now we're into the 2011 fuck around phase.
Yeah, yeah. Let's
Okay.
see what all the fuss is about. Like everybody's talking, so let's get some rounds down range and see what it's like. Shoot in the
Sure.
matches.
And what would your thoughts be on the 2011 as a platform, and then the Prodigy specifically at this point in the game?
So what appealed to me on the platform is that you're not on the hook to any manufacturer. So it's a pattern, or it's been a pattern for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, if Springfield Armory disappears, like that makes no difference. Like I can get everything I need for this gun. And it's like Glock in that regard. Like if Glock the company disappeared, you can still build Glocks that have no Glock parts. So I see the 2011 as a lot like that. That you can,
Yeah,
it's real easy. Like I have no concerns about being able to maintain this thing over the long haul. And if one vendor pisses you off, you can just take it to another vendor until they piss you off.
it's the same. It's like Glock 2011,
AR-15.
AR-15.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when a design becomes a platform.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what got me into, that's what, one of the things that got me into it. It's just
All right.
not like
And
I've had some bad experiences with different manufacturers and how they support their guns. Like if you're shooting them hard.
you've destroyed, I mean, I've known you for a while. You've gone through that. You've destroyed Canics, and you're like, nope, F these guns, Berettas.
Yeah.
What else?
Those are the ones I've destroyed. The other
Yeah.
ones have been good. Like CZs have been good. Those hold up well.
Okay. Where do you see the 2011 thing going for you? Is this going to be your, hey, I'm going to, not shoot Glocks so much. This is what I want to shoot, or what do you think?
I'm thinking maybe alternate CO and LO in matches, or like 1 month shoot CO, next month shoot LO, and then we'll do some occasional iron sight matches where a bunch of us will sign up, shoot production. That's what I'm seeing. It's just the iron sights. It's so dead. Like I taught one of my more intro classes on Saturday, and everybody showed up with a dot. It's like it used to be those classes were 50-50. Now it's like everybody showing up with a dot. And like some of these, all these people had done some shooting before. Like nobody just walked off the street into this class. Like everybody had like screwed around at indoor ranges or something. So they were all like gun people. But yeah, in the past, some of those guys would have, or some of those guys and gals would have irons, and now it's just not happening anymore. And then any of the classes I'm teaching that are like the match skills or the how to train class, everybody's shooting the dot on that. So you kind of have to go where people are interested, I think.
I've got a competition class going on right now. I just did day one, 13 people in the class, 1 iron sight shooter.
Okay. What that
right?
sounds about, yeah. I'm surprised you have that many. Yeah. Yeah, you're doing bigger classes than me. That's probably why you still get some.
All right. Let's talk about 2011 versus Glock as a platform. So you've got a lot of experience with Glocks, and you've done you've done the aftermarket everything with a Glock, right?
Yeah, I've done like shoot bone stock ones, and I like the grip shape on the Zevs. Mm-hmm. So I have 2 of those. Like one I just bought, one of their duty models. And then I have another one where I bought their build kit and just put like a Brownell slide and just stuffed it full of parts.
Right. So what do you think of those 2 platforms compared to each other?
shooting them is really different. And I think it's been interesting trading up on the Glock and then jumping on the 2011. And I mean, the Glocks are very reliable, and how reliable they are really is inversely proportional to how many aftermarket parts you have in it versus Glock OEM parts.
So true.
So, I mean, there are some rare aftermarket parts that I think are solid, but a lot of it is like, no, that ended up going in the trash. But with the 2011s, I don't have a sense on how they hold up yet. So that's going to be interesting. Like the Glocks that I have, like the Glock locks, those things run like tops. Like I've had absolutely zero problems with those things. And then the like the Zev Duty that I got that had some extraction problems, that was a known problem. You just swap out the extractor and then it runs fine. With the 2011, the extractor on this thing seems fine from the factory. Like I've had zero issues there. It like throws the brass clear. I don't even know what springs are in it. I just left them alone. It's like, yeah, the gun works, so let's just send it. Like I'm not gonna fix things that aren't broken on it. Like shooting them is a completely different experience, and it's not like the 2011 is not entirely what I expected. It's still sensitive to grip pressure and having a bad trigger pull. Like I was expecting it would be more resistant if I wasn't holding the gun well, or if I was putting some other input into it instead of just pulling the trigger straight back. So I have managed to shank shots with it, like shooting partials. So you still got to run all your fundamentals well, but the way the gun tracks and how quick it is to reset the trigger and get it back on the wall is just so much faster than a Glock. Like the first day I was out with this thing, I was shooting a partial array at 25 yards that had a tuxedo. And like, I was not waiting for the dot to stop on the tuxedo. Like I'd come onto the tuxedo, triggers prep, just boom, send the first round, get the trigger reset, and the dot's coming down. I'm like, I don't have to wait. So I'm running like 35 splits on a 25-yard tuxedo. I'm like, this is nuts. But that would only happen if the grip was really good, or if my grip was really even. Like you kind of move the grip around and it punishes you as hard as a Glock, I think.